Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 2 of 12 of Clive Barker's Nightbreed. This is a comic I will be releasing every Monday, Wednesday and Friday here on the channel. I've already released part 1, you'll find it linked down below, and it's also included in its own individual playlist. There was one question I wanted to answer which people left on the last video, which was with respect to Hellraiser. Will the comics come back? Yes. Of course they will. I still have many sights to show you. We're just taking a brief hiatus where we'll explore Nightbreed and then we'll go back to the Hellraiser comics. If you enjoy this, please do give it a big thumbs up, and you can actually support the channel now by becoming a member. I have actually turned on memberships and given some perks and things like that, or you can find my Patreon or PayPal linked in the description box. That being said, let's dive right into it. We're in an underground cavern. Two men sit, a fire between them. The burning embers glow each of their faces, though one is blocked from view. The struggle and strife are the fate of all of us on the outside. Midian is our oasis. One must trek through a vast, empty desert before finding it. And that journey is ever filled with danger. And we cut now to Peliquin and Lizzie. Peliquin's green eyes stare. They burn into the men that assaulted him and were with Lizzie before. Oh no, Lizzie says, as we see the men whip Crack and Ninetails across his back. They call us monsters, but the humans are a far more vicious and deadly species. That's what you get for trying to run, boy. Yeehaw! No! Peliquin grabs Lizzie's arm. I have to help him. I must. I love him, she says as she rips her hand away from Peliquin. Foolish girl, he says as he sits down and watches. But Lizzie's no longer a mere human. She's changed. She runs in. But before she can get anywhere, a huge crack of metal clangs down. It's a bear trap around her ankle and blood pours out. What in the hell is that? The men say as they turn around. And whilst this is going on, we're back with the senator. Oh, Harold, Shuna says, I want you so much, sweet Shuna. And I you, darling. Harold starts to undress as they kiss, but something crosses around his hand, and it disturbs him. Eh? What is this? A tie-tack? This isn't mine? And Shuna, sensing Harold's worry, quickly says, It must belong to one of the other girls' gentlemen callers. Don't fret on it, Harold. You're lying. I know it. Hush now. We were having so much fun moments ago. There is only the here and now, only you and I. Save the romantic hyperbole, Shuna. You think I don't realise you take others to your bed? Harold. But when I am here, you are mine and mine alone. Yet you flaunt these other men, these whoremongers, in my face. Harold getting increasingly frustrated. Do you take me for a fool? Harold, calm your... But before she can finish her sentence, Harold slaps her across the face, knocking her to the floor. Whore! I gave you everything. My heart, my soul, my love. No. Now, you will pay for your betrayal. The men begin to search for that metal clang. If a hangman's noose won't kill that bitch, the devil's bride, she came back from the dead. Then maybe the righteous fire of God will. They walk forward with their torches. Peliquin watches no longer. He growls as he jumps in. And he just slashes one of the men across the face. I will send you all to hell. Wake up the slaves. We got all Scratch himself here. Jesus, protect me, one of the men says as he runs towards the slave house. Wake up. We got our devil on our land. Devil? What'd he say? Huh? Peliquin stands there, one man on the floor, blood pouring from his face, and another waving the fire at him. How about a taste of your own hellfire, boy? I am not your boy, he says as he rips the man's face off. More blood just pours out. Who's next? You? Pink skin? The previous man he'd already slashed stands up. No. No, not me, you gargoyle. Them. And he points behind him. Many men. Many pitchforks. Many axes. Ready to launch themselves at Peliquin. Harold has let his emotions get the better of him. I will not be cuckolded to my face. Harold, please stay back. But he intends to do serious harm. He picks up a bottle, and as he raises it above his head, he screams, Goodbye, Shuna! And he takes aim, ready to strike. But before he can, Shuna's quills whip through the air and into his face. You bitch. I'll kill you, he says as he runs in. But before he can, Shuna unleashes more. No! And he's down, covered in Shuna's quills on the floor. The mistress of the brothel walks through the door, hearing the commotion. What on earth is going on down here? Shuna, what have you done? He came at me, like a madman. He was going to kill me. You think that will matter to the police, the word of a monster? The brothel owner says as she grabs a suitcase. Over the corpse of a senator? Go. She starts stuffing clothes in the suitcase. What? You cannot stay here. You must leave now. Peliquin, undeterred by the men making their way towards him with their pitchforks, he just runs in. Back, you ravenous wolves! He picks men up. He slashes them in the face. He pushes them to one side. Blood is pouring everywhere. He gets stabbed in the gut. He removes it, slices the man in two. It's a bloodbath. He's surrounded now, but he gets smashed around the head. And he simply says, There will be a reckoning, humans. And he jumps over them. But not tonight. He runs away. Stop him! A man shouts. Child, we must go. Peliquin runs towards Lizzie. But she's not there. Just her foot. Good girl. He runs towards the border of the forest. A tree. Gets pelted with a bullet. He turns. One final look at his assailants and runs off. The devil into the night. And the night draws in on the dockyard. We see ships. We see men warming themselves by fire. So this is how it ends. There's blood on Shuna's hand. God has truly abandoned me. Christ forgave the Magdalene, but I have been forgotten. She stands there on a bridge. Hell can be no worse than here. Stop! Someone calls to her before she can jump in. Do not give them the satisfaction. Come, my sister, take my hand, and you will find solace. Why should I trust you? He takes off his hat. Because we are kin. It's the man we've seen telling this story. Meanwhile, Peliquin runs through the forest, but he's losing blood fast. He falls over, collapsing, his eyes focusing on one last thing. Who A horse and carriage rides close towards him. It's the same man. "Fear not, my friend." "Is this some trick?" "The world of man is filled with enough tricks already. You are due for some respite, are you not?"
The shadows offer safety for only so long."
"I am taking you to a place where you no longer have to hide." He puts him in the carriage and beckons to the horses to continue. "A place called Midian." "Midian? It sounds like some
"Place of myth."
It is no myth. It is our salvation. It is our home. We've come right back full circle. The two men, the fire. I didn't realise there were so many. We have shared this planet with man since he first crawled out of the primordial stew. Our numbers have dwindled with their ascent, but our future, our very destinies have changed with your arrival. Aaron Boone. He turns. We see the tattoos on his face. To be continued.